Welcome to Lewd Mood. I'm Becky.
And I'm Kelly.
And we're your hosts, two 40-something-year-old college roommates ready to take you on a wild ride through the bizarre, scandalous, and downright lewd news of the world and our own lives.
This is going to be good, folks. We promise you'll have a blast. So, without further ado, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Lewd Mood. I am back from the dead.
You are. That's Kelly.
I'm Kelly.
You are Kelly. And I'm Becky. And Kelly, we had to take last week off because Kelly had the plague.
Yeah.
For real.
Straight up.
Are you feeling better?
Yes. Oh my God. I have not been that sick in a long time.
Did you have the Corona-19 virus?
I don't think so, but you know, as they like to say, if you don't test for it, you don't have it.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, we've all had it, and there's nothing you can do any different than the flu, but you were like on your deathbed.
Yeah, it like started last Sunday, and I was at work, and I started getting like the chills a little bit.
Oh,
and I was like, and then Monday came, I got up for work, went into work, and as the day was going on, I just got like, my body temperature got hotter, the chills got more, and I just felt ick. And then when I went into work on Tuesday, I was like, I don't feel well. And my boss looked at me, he's like, you look like a ghost. You look so pale.
Oh no.
It's like, why don't you take the rest of the day off? And I'm like, okay, thank you.
He's probably like, get the fuck out of here. You touch people for a living. Get out.
He's like the nicest human. So he was like, you know, worried about my safety. But any of my previous employers would have been like, oh, you're just such a baby. Just take some vitamin D and suck it up. And I was like, God damn, I just need different D right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's not the D I'm looking for.
That's not the D I'm looking for these days. But yeah, I was so sick. I mean, I was out of work until Friday.
I remember I texted you and I was like, hey girl, we probably need to record. You're like, I cannot. I am on my deathbed. It was great knowing you, but this is the end. And I'm like, oh shit, which you don't go down for the count very often. No. So I knew it was bad. Yeah.
For me to be like, for me to miss work and multiple days of work, I was like,
yeah,
this is it. Writing notes to everyone. This is how
goodbye letters to everybody.
And my mom was like, why don't you go to the doctor? I was like, you think I got health insurance? Come on.
Yeah, I don't have
I'm a millennial.
Come on, Mom.
I don't have health insurance. What is that?
No. That's a luxury.
Yeah. Get out of here.
A luxury. Yeah. Well, I'm very glad to hear that you are better. Thank God.
Thank you. So I have nothing to share other than
fair enough
laying in my bed. So how was your week?
Well, my week was like, I called it hell week to anybody that spoke to me last week. I had a huge event on Saturday, a 10-hour bike ride that I was the event planner for and day of coordinator, all of that. We've been working on this for about, I would say 8 months, and it came to fruition, and it was supposed to thunderstorm, potential severe thunderstorms all day Saturday, not a drop of rain the whole day. It was a great day. So that wiped me. But on Friday night, I had quite an interesting experience. So my friend Leah, shout out to my good friend Leah. She started this company called Date Me DSM.
Love it.
And she's basically putting singles together and doing little organized mixers. And she hired me to film the content for her social media channel for the evening. Yeah. So this concept, it was great. Like you think about like these dating events that people, you know, you watch Sex in the City or whatever, people would go to speed dating that you sit down at a table, you have 5 minutes to talk, and then you move to the next one. It was like that, but not nearly as intense. So she sold 25 tickets, one for men, 25 for men, 25 for women. This event was for like 25 to 40-year-old people.
Okay.
And men and women, men attracted to women, women attracted to men. And they got a drink ticket, a swag bag, and it was at this really cool bar that she rented out. And there was a little cocktail hour at the beginning. And then she had some like organized stuff to like make them talk to different people. And when so It was interesting being a fly on the wall because I'm like, oh, I never thought, like, would I ever go to something like that? I just don't know if I would.
Yeah.
But like, when I tell you the bravery of the 50 people in that room was unmatched. Like, to be honest, that would be super intimidating to know everybody in that room is single and they're looking, and you're going to have to like talk to people, right? So most of the women came with friends. Like, they had a couple girlfriends that signed up with them. So they had like, plus women tend to be, there's camaraderie. Yeah. They make friends with each other. Oh, I like your outfit. Oh, do we know the same people? Blah, blah, blah. And the women are all chatting with each other. The men are on one half of the bar, just segregated, and they look like deer in headlights. Like, they were terrified of the women. I will say the women were stunningly gorgeous compared to the men. No offense to the men in that room, but the women they brought their A games. They looked great. There was a variety of ages and body types and I mean, everything you can imagine. So there was literally someone for everybody, I would say, like, if you have a specific type of person. But it took a little warming up. Like, at one point I made this joke as I'm like filming all the men. I'm trying to get content of like the men and the women talking to each other, but they're not speaking to each other.
It's like a middle school
And I
dance.
said, hey, oh yeah, 100%. Like, they're all on the bleachers just watching. And at one point I said, you know, guys, the women are all over there. And they're like, yeah, we know. Like, they were so scared. It was really funny. But once they had like a task for them to do, like, go find the person that has the same number on their name tag as you, then people started chatting and it went really well. It was like, by the end of the night, people were like laughing and joking and having a good time. I'm curious to see if there'll be any matches from it, but that's what I did on Friday. It was really fun. It was super fun.
I love that.
Would you go to something like that? You would kill it in that room. You would have just killed it. You would have just ran that room for sure. It was a great idea. I think it went well. So that's what I did on Friday. It was fun.
Excellent.
Speaking of love connections, are you caught up on Bridgerton?
You know, the moment that dropped, I was back in the carriage. I was ready.
Back in the carriage.
Back in it.
It was so good.
I was ready to go. Ugh.
It was so good. I watched it twice. Yeah. What did you think? I mean, okay, spoiler alert. If you have not watched the end of season 3, we're going to talk about it. So just fast forward a couple minutes. What did you think of the whole Lady Whistledown being outed? Like, what'd you think of all that?
It was very similar to the book.
Yeah.
And in a sense. So, I liked it. I liked, I'm a very true to the book kind of gal.
Okay.
Because I do love the series a lot.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that. I am a little bummed though that I think she should have just kept her pen name.
You think?
Yeah, instead of being like Penelope Bridgerton, be like, no, I'm Penelope Bridgerton, but I will be also known as Lady Whistledown.
Yeah, I know. That's like I don't know. I kind of got annoyed a little bit with, is she going to tell? Is she not going to tell? Is she going to tell Colin? What's her nuts? The girl with the crazy hair that, what's her name? Cressida. Is Cressida going to out her? Like, I just could not, like, I got a little annoyed. I'm like, get to it already. Yeah. You just get to it already. I just felt like it was a little dramatic, but, I mean, that's Bridgerton. It's supposed to be dramatic. There's supposed to be this, like, internal struggle with all the characters, right? And that's what they showed.
Can we talk about what a like arrogant douche Colin was though? When Penelope's like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. He's like, no, I know all the answers. I'm gonna just fly to Cressida, who's about ready to lose her whole entire life, and be like, oh, I know what it's like. Well, I was traveling the globe. I felt a little bit lonely while I was whoring it up. And all the brothels. I missed my family.
Yeah. Threesomes every night. But every once in a while, it was just one woman instead of two. And I was so disappointed. My life was so tragic.
You know how terrible it is to be in Greece, don't you? And Cressida's like, listen, they're about ready to sell me to an 80-year-old man, okay? Who wants me to wear brown for the rest of my life.
I know. Come on, read the fucking room, Colin.
Jesus. And then when she was like, I think you're jealous of her. And I was like, oh, he is jealous of his wife's writing. Mm-hmm. That's why he's so mad.
Well, And the funniest part too, when like Cressida wanted like that 100 or 10,000 pounds or whatever to like not tell, and Penelope's like, I can bear
And there was
that.
like, what?
I have more than that. I'm like, oh damn, queen.
Oh,
Like, of course you do.
I'm like, hook me up.
Been selling newspapers.
I could use 10,000 pounds right now.
Maybe you need to start making a gossip column, an anonymous gossip column, and you just start selling it like Lady Whistledown. But you could be Lady
Cat
Kelly Palooza.
Cat lady.
Cat lady. Cat lady. Lady cat lady.
Kelly Cattington.
Kelly Cattington. Perfect. It's done. Kelly Cattington. Yeah. I think there's no other name it could be.
Oh.
It has to be Kelly Cattington. But you have to say it like this. Cattington.
Cattington. Like I'm Moira from Schitt's Creek.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
Erlinga.
Kelly Cattington. Do I sound just like her?
Very much so.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
My best Moira impression. I love it. Oh, man.
Love it.
So
Okay,
good.
So
let's real quick, hold on. Let's address the elephant in the room that Penelope, as a more voluptuous, curvy woman, showing her titties on Netflix. Listen, number one, scary as hell. Yeah. So like, I can't imagine what you'd have to go through to get naked in front of a room full of people. But number two, like, she looked bomb. She looked so fucking good. Like, them double D's were out, and I was like, yes, that's what people's boobs look like.
Did you hear at the press conference when the reporter asked her, like, was like, I just want to let you know that I think that's so brave of you to do those scenes. And she goes,
do the nude scenes.
She goes, yes, I think it was very brave of somebody who, like me, who has perfect breasts.
I didn't see this. No.
I was like, yes, you do, girl. You showed them.
She does. Her boobs looked amazing.
Show them titties.
Listen, her skin was like glass. Yeah. Number one. I'm like, they airbrushed her. Like, I don't know if that's what she looks. That girl hasn't been in the sun a day in her life. Not a sunspot to be seen on her body. She looked amazing. But also, I'm like, half the time you watch these movies or these TV shows and you see these girls showing off their tits look great. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, more power to you. Like, my boobs also look like that in my 20s, but I've gotten older and I have nursed 2 children. And as I do think my boobs are still one of my greatest assets, they don't look like they did in my 20s. And they don't look like anybody's do that I see on TV. Yeah. But when she whipped her titties out, I was like, oh my God, yes, that's a real woman right there. She looked great.
Yeah, she looked fantastic.
She did.
So
yeah.
I was like,
I loved it.
I loved all of it.
I did too. It was good. Oh yeah, we have to talk about Francesca. Holy shit! I was not prepared. All right, so let's give the synopsis. For those of you that maybe missed this, so Francesca gets married to Lord
Kilmartin.
They get married. Mm-hmm. Obviously, both of them like enjoy their silence, enjoy their peace, whatever. Remember when they kissed at the wedding? Mm-hmm. And she was like surprised or a little like, a little like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I was like, I saw the look and I didn't know if it was just because maybe she's a bit awkward. And I wasn't sure, like, if she didn't want to kiss in front of a room full of people. I wasn't sure. But then explain what happens at the end.
So at the end, well, in the books, let me go from the books because I'm a book stan. So in the books,
yes.
This is going to be a spoiler, but John, her husband that she marries, dies. And she ends up having a very steamy affair and ends up marrying his cousin, Michael.
Oh, a man.
Michael Sterling. Yes.
Okay. Got it. So Lord Kilmartin introduces Michaela to Francesca and to the sister Eloise. And I thought for sure in that moment, Eloise was going to make eyes with the cousin and fall instantly in love. I always maybe wondered if Eloise was like, because she's been very like anti-dating, getting married, whatever in the series, like not really that interested. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe she doesn't like Ben. Like, maybe she'll see this woman and this will be it. Oh, no, no, no. It was Francesca who got very nervous, couldn't talk,
Yeah.
and like fumbled over her words in the presence of the female cousin, Michaela.
Yeah. Which brings up
Oh,
the
boy.
question, are you autistic or are you just bisexual?
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe a little bit of both, but either way, ooh, I was not ready. And to be honest, I caught that at the end and I was like, what? And then it took me a minute when I watched it the second time to like realize like the kiss, the awkward thing of the kiss, and then her mother telling her that when she met her father that she was so nervous she couldn't speak. And then that happens to Francesca. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
it was good. So if there's going to be Bridgerton season 4 and Lord Kilmartin potentially dies, does she end up being with the cousin? Be interesting.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Ooh, I love it.
I know. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, same.
Even though as a book person, I was like, oh man.
I know, but
Then
you know
I was
what? I
like,
think it's kind of
okay,
nice.
where's this going?
You know? Yeah, it's good. We got a little variety. Little, you know what? And like a lot of women prefer lesbian porn. It's just prettier to watch. So I don't know if I'd hate it.
Yeah. I mean, I bet it's going to turn out. I bet it's going to be the most interesting season that they've had to date.
Oh, I bet there'll be a lot of people that'll watch it.
Yeah. So the question,
For sure.
the question is, who is the next season going to be the focus? Who's going to be the focus of it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be
Eloise,
Benedict, or Francesca?
Benedict. We didn't even talk about him.
Yeah, Benedict. I think
talk about bisexual.
I think Benny Bi is going to be the lead character in season 4.
Benny Bi. Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
Damn, girl. That was witty as fuck.
Yeah.
That was witty as fuck. Well, we love a good love story. And is there a love story any better than Taylor and Travis? Can we talk about the Eras tour?
God dang. I have been on TikTok, you know, the most trusted news source that there is.
Of course.
All weekend. Because Jason and Kylie Kelce went to not one, but 2 of the Eras tours.
Yes, they were in the VIP tent. What city are they in? Are they in London this week?
Yeah.
You know what I love about that? Not to skip ahead. Huh? What?
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium. Okay. You want to know what I love about them coming to London? Is that Taylor's former man of 5 years was a London boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could be difficult to go back to London when you spend a lot of time there with someone that you thought maybe was your life partner forever and ever. Amen. But now she's got to perform in his city.
Yep.
And like her whole posse came. Like, how great is that?
And it was the celebs came out to party.
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise was there on night 3, or night 2, I mean. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
Oh,
they were there.
I didn't see that. Okay.
But I think the star of the show, the dancing star of the show,
by far the dancing star,
Prince William.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen Prince William dancing to Shake It Off,
you have to look it up. Kelly's like knocking her microphone over because it's the most chaotic dad dance you've ever seen in your life. He was having the best fucking time. He could have cared less that people were. Now, he did take his daughter, Charlotte, correct?
Like Charlotte and George, the oldest.
Oh, okay. So, got it. Okay. So, he had the kids there. And when you have your kids with you, you're definitely in parent mode, not caring about what anybody else is doing. But this man cut fucking loose.
Yeah. And he was there with his cousin, Zara Tyndall, and Mike Tyndall, who Mike is a rugby player who's very handsome.
We love him. Yeah. Yes, we love him. It was pretty great.
Yes. So, the cutest part of the whole weekend was night 3 when Travis went out on stage.
Yeah.
Carried her lifeless body like a prince.
Yes.
And then was wearing a tux. And
he was one of the like characters for Tortured Poets department. They have 2 of the dancers are dressed in like tails tuxedos and get her changed and ready for the Tortured Poets department era. of the tour.
Mhm.
And Travis was one of the dancers instead of one of the typical guys. It was great.
And I thought it was the most adorable thing.
He killed it. He's absolutely a performer at heart. This man, I don't know when his birthday is. He's got to be a Leo. He loves to be the center of all the attention. Yeah. And I love that.
I actually think he is pretty close to a Leo.
Is he a Leo or a Cancer? Yeah. Oh man, it's adorable. You should look up the videos if you want to like your little heart to explode if you're a Taylor and Travis fan. And I think it's exactly what she deserves to have, is someone who's just fucking over the top for her. So
absolutely. That is,
it's cute.
Secure in his own self, in his own life.
Oh, yeah.
What he's that is what a real man is. He is secure in his own life and lets her shine in her when she needs to shine, and she lets him shine when he needs to shine, and that is what it's all about.
It's so cute. Yes. It's so cute.
And that is why I'm single.
No, that's not why. Because men are typically trash. So we have to talk about the ones that aren't trash.
We gotta celebrate the kings out there.
We do. We gotta do the kings and the queens.
That's right.
Speaking, I'm gonna take a turn here. I'm gonna take a turn. Have you watched that HBO series called Love Has Won?
No.
Oh, have you heard of this?
No.
Okay. This is going to be like a 360 turn. So I've got to tell you about this. You've got to put this on your watch list. Anybody that is listening to this, if you haven't watched this, this is some banana shit. You have got to watch it. You won't even believe it's real. But it is the story of a cult. And this cult is called Love Has Won. Okay. And it was a cult in Colorado. It is still active to this day. Okay. So let me just give you the quick synopsis. So the show starts, I'm not giving anything away by telling you this, but the show starts by talking about this woman. Her name is Amy Carlson. Amy is better known in the cult as Mother God. Okay. She is God in female form. Okay. And she is dead. She has died. And she has died in a very weird and unusual way. And they show her body basically mummified in a bed in a house in Colorado, surrounded by her followers. Okay. She's not an old woman. She's young. She's like 40, maybe. I mean, she's not old. Okay. So it goes backwards. Okay. And so they started filming this documentary 3 weeks after she dies. Okay. So it's like, it's fresh. This just all happened maybe in 2021. I think it's pretty recent. So Amy Carlson was a young woman working as a manager at McDonald's. She had married. She had 2 young children, I believe, a boy and a girl, not doing great, not loving her life. And she just decides one day to just up and leave her children. She leaves them with her mother, gone. Gonzo. Doesn't want to be a mother to these children anymore. And she starts like getting online and basically has convinced people that she is Mother God and that she got these online followers. And she eventually moves out to Colorado with this man who she meets, who is Father God. And they start this cult where these followers from all over the country, I would say at high point, maybe they had, I don't know, 50, 60, maybe 100. Like it kind of fluctuated. And they were like, didn't believe in modern medicine, didn't believe in going to the doctor. They took that colloidal silver supplement, like lots of it every day to like, yes, this is part of it. Okay. So like taking colloidal silver, which does have some like health benefits, right? But like it's also can turn you blue. Yeah. Okay. So she has convinced all these people that she is the female deity of God, and they all worship her and they serve her, and they're suffering, starving, doing all this work. They're selling colloidal silver on the internet to people. They're doing seminars online to people on spirituality. And all this time they are feeding her elaborate meals. She is drinking like liters of alcohol all day long, wasted. She's fucking every man in this group, including men that were like with other
Sounds like
women.
a great
And yeah, she just like insane. And remember, she's got like 2 children that she has nothing to do with that are like living with her mother somewhere. So at some point she gets sick, she gets ill and needs to go to the hospital. And I think she probably had like a liver disease because of the alcohol. So their solution for her was to give her more of that colloidal silver. And she was taking probably a cup of it a day, cups of it a day. And you got to watch this. She starts turning blue. Yeah. Her skin, her whole body, fucking blue. Okay. And this cult is still functioning. They are like praying over her body. And like, she believed that like different people, different famous celebrities were like channels to God, like Robin Williams, Donald Trump, like all kinds of people. They pictured them all over the walls, that they were like channeling God to her even after death, and like just fucking wild how people believe this. Now, the people that were in this cult, young, attractive, looked like a very typical person that you would see walking down the street. Nothing like bizarre. They were not like mentally incapacitated or anything crazy like that. Literally just probably had some trauma and she spoke the right language. Anyway, so she ends up, they try taking her to Hawaii to save her life. Doesn't work. She gets kicked out of Hawaii. Basically, like the people of Hawaii don't want her there because like she's crazy and they all know about this cult and blah, blah, blah. So she goes back to Colorado and she fucking dies. She dies as they are driving her through part of Colorado back to the house. She dies at this campground. And I shit you not, they drive around with her body sitting up in the back seat for like days until they get back to the house, in which they lay her in the bed and surround her with flowers and all this shit. And her body starts to mummify because of all the silver that's in her body. And they think that they're going to pray her and she's going to come back to life.
Oh my God.
Because they're like, her body temperature never drops below like 96. So she somehow is warm this whole time, but she's dead. She is like black because she's got so much silver in her body. Like, it's fucking wild. So finally, I think somebody in the call like realizes like, we have a dead person in the house. And this has been going on for a while. We need to do something. You've got to watch it. God. She is an absolute drunk. And they are like praying and worshiping and they're all like starving. And she's ordering fucking like chicken wings and tacos, and she's drinking liters of fucking Hawkeye vodka, and they're like, Mother God, you're saving the planet, you're saving us. And she's wasted at 2:00 in the afternoon and just fucked this girl's boyfriend. Like, it's insane. You've got to watch it.
At least she had a good
and they
run on the end of it.
She had a great run. The dumbest thing is they fucking live streamed all the shit. So there's just video of all of it, which almost never happens in cults. Like, and it's all just out there for you to watch. It's some bizarre shit.
I love it. I'm watching
it's not the kind of love you got to watch it.
I can't wait.
You'll watch it in a day. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm watching Hot D tonight, but after that, House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah. Forgot House of Dragons on tonight. Yes.
But after that,
it's a good night for TV. Yeah.
I'm watching the Mummy Mama over here.
Mummy Mama. That's some love right there. Why doesn't someone love me like that when I'm blue and dying and wasted off a vodka martini?
Maybe I should just be in a cult like that and just drink and bang and...
I think you're already in one. You just don't have any followers. Sounds a lot like what you're doing right now, Kelly.
No, I'm not.
Maybe you should be in a cult. Maybe you're already in one. You don't even know. Oh my God.
Oh God.
I know. So good. We should do the Bumble beat. This is a great transition. Let's just do it. Let's whip up that Bumble app and find me some eligible suitors today. We're on a roll.
Are you ready for the Bumble beat? 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 Beep 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 beep.
Every week every week is something new. I never know what to expect. I love it.
All right. Well, Becky, as you know, we have three eligible suitors. And today's game on the Bubble Beat is called Which One is a Cult Leader?
Ooh, a cult leader. Okay, perfect.
Not a follower, but a leader. All right.
An actual leader?
An actual leader. All right. Suitor number one, his name is Satiro. He's 38. He's very straightforward and honest, and sometimes a little too much.
Ooh, okay. All right.
All right.
Too self-aware.
Too self-aware. Suitor number two, his name is Law. He's 43.
Law?
Law, like the law.
Okay.
He's 43. He's a 5'9" Scorpio. And he's not sure if he wants kids. That's all we got. That's all we got with Law here.
Jeez. Okay.
And suitor number three, his name is Victor. He's 36. His profession.
Oh, God. You're laughing already.
He's a mortician at a funeral home. And he's looking for something serious, not just a hookup. He's a pretty easygoing lad. And he's kind of fun.
Kind of fun?
Yep. Pretty low maintenance.
Okay.
Likes heavy metal music, horror movies. Listen, I'm just going to say this right now.
Just say
you're a mortician who likes horror movies. Fuck no. I'm out. No, thank you. I've seen it. Wait,
been there.
Sorry.
Been there, done that.
Sorry, Victor.
Your profile is the beginning of a horror movie.
I made that too easy.
Okay. That was too easy. Okay. Yes. Honestly, I was leaning towards Satiro because he was a little too much, but also maybe too self-aware. But as soon as you said mortician that likes horror movies and kind of fun means that he's like, do you want to go like fuck around and do some shit to some bodies at the funeral home? Think you want to go downstairs and like clip their toenails or something, or like there's something there. Isn't like the movie Saw? Doesn't that seem like it's in like a mortuary? Like it definitely does. I don't know if it is, but like no, thank you. I would rather not.
You're gonna end up
watch horror movies
with a ball gag.
He probably puts his cologne on and it's formaldehyde. Puts a little behind the ears.
Oh,
so mean. Listen, morticians make a lot of fucking money though, like a lot of money. Okay, so good for him. Yeah. And there's obviously necessary profession. You know, someone's gotta bury me or cremate me or whatever. So nothing against it, but you should probably enjoy Bridgerton and not horror movies. If you're gonna do that. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to like some rom-coms, not The Nun. Okay. Or Children of the Corn.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Can you imagine your first date?
No. I would never listen, Victor. No offense, bro. You're probably great. Whatever. No.
I'm sure he is.
I don't want to risk the chance of ending up in a casket in the basement of a mortuary with a freaking ball gag in my mouth and like a Sudoku puzzle that I have to answer to get out of there.
Like he's got a weird fantasy kink. Like, why don't I put you in the cooler and I'll pull you out and like we can.
Nope.
Did I take it too far?
Yeah, I mean, no, you didn't. But
I don't know. It's a no for me. I honestly don't even care about the cult. It's just a straight up no. That took a left turn.
It's just like 10 things I hate about you, where it's like, and then we were at the mortuary, but it is a beat.
But upbeat.
But it's surprisingly upbeat.
Surprisingly upbeat. That's from 10 things I hate about you. No, it's not. It's gonna be
how to lose a guy in 10 days. Sorry.
How to lose a guy in 10 days. Yes, that's right. What's surprisingly
upbeat? And they're like
Kate Hudson. Oh God. Yes, you're right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Well,
the movies with the 10 in them confuse me.
Yes, we were close.
Yes.
I gotta say that we are nothing but spicy and exciting on this podcast. So I bet you thought this was going to be a fun little pop culture reference, and then here we are talking about weird horror movie mortician fetishes, and I apologize.
You know who's probably in there? Tickle Me, Michael.
Who? Oh my god!
Yep.
You should have gone on a date with him just to report back.
I know. Mm-mm.
Don't do it though. I love you, and I would hate to see you get tickled to death. So
she died. She died the way she lived, laughing.
what a way to go.
Crying.
To be honest, being tickled to death might be up there with me like drowning or getting buried alive in fears of things I don't want to happen to me. So okay, good times. Well, on that happy note, should we wrap this shit up, Cal? Should we?
Yes, I think we should wrap it up, Becky. This is what happens when you have the plague. You get dirty mortuary guys at the last bumblebee.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to Lewd Mood, everybody. I am Kelly Cattington.
I'm Becky. What the fuck? Bye.
Lewd Mood Podcast is produced by Kelly Lally and Becky Pospisil.
Music by Paul Size of Red Beat Entertainment.
Listen to our podcast anytime on Spotify Podcasts.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lewd Mood